Good afternoon, tribe. My name is Darius Lester, your financial philosopher, and this is Mammoth Money Mindset. And today I wanted to create my next iteration of Start Anyway. If you watched any of my stuff, you will remember that my first Start Anyway was me acquiring a property here in Montgomery, Alabama, fixing up lots of stuff on it, furnishing it all the way through, and then turning it into an Airbnb. If you're wondering how that went now, I was doing the Airbnb thing for a couple of months. A company actually reached out to me and asked if they could rent out that property for an entire year. And they offered me a gracious amount of money. So that's what I'm doing with that now. It's still working pretty well. The guy doesn't give me any complaints. I just get paid every month and I don't have to do all the Airbnb turnover. So it's a win-win. Super happy with that investment. But the purpose of Start Anyway is supposed to be me just kind of videoing, documenting me going through things, trying out stuff to try to make money off of them, and then sharing it with you guys so you can make informed decisions to maybe try it out yourself or figure out, oh, that's probably not for me. So for this one, I want to go over Turo. Turo is a car renting app, very similar to Airbnb, just with vehicles. I've been doing Turo for about 3 years now. I'd say I'd have a decent amount of experience at it. And throughout this series, I just kind of want to go through what Turo is, how I got started on it, how much vehicles cost me, how I went about acquiring them, how much I rent them out for, my experience with great customers, my experience with terrible customers, a lot of missteps that I made, a lot of missteps I've heard other people make that I adjusted, before those bad things happened in my business, and just try to give you a nice broad overview of my personal Turo experience so that you can make your own informed decision on if this is for you or if it's not for you. So for this first episode, I'm just going to go through a PowerPoint that I created to help people kind of understand what Turo is and how it works, how to get signed up for it. And then the videos that follow will be more so my own personal experience, how I go about running my numbers, how I found all the vehicles I bought, so on and so forth, all my experience. So let's just jump into this PowerPoint. Yeah, that's it. All right. So mindset, Turo rentals. Let's just get into it. I don't know. If you need to read any of this stuff, you can just press pause. It's a recording. All right. So main reason I started Turo was to turn a liability into an asset. Liability is something that takes money away from you, and an asset is something that should be giving you money. So as most people know, cars are depreciating assets, right? Or liabilities. You buy them, they just get cheaper and cheaper. They get more worn out as time goes on, and you never really earn any money back from purchasing a vehicle. Turo was a nice twist on that rule because it's like, hey, that car that you went and spent money for, you can rent it out to other people and hopefully make more money than however much money it's costing you to, own the vehicle and upkeep it. That's the general idea. This is back when I was selling this information, but you're getting it all for free, so who cares? All right. Let's get started with the basics. So Turo.com. That's where you go to start this process, right? It is an app. You can download it on your iOS, your Android, whatever you want, and there's a website. It's super duper mega easy, right? Pretty much all they'll need for you to start is your personal info, your birthday, all that good general information, your copy of your driver's license, and a few pictures. So one thing with that, the driver's license and them running all your personal information, they do run background checks, right? They're going to check to see, what your driving history is like. If you have a history of car theft, if you have a terrible driving history, there are people that do get denied from even making accounts on this site. So you can think of that on one hand as if you have a bad record, maybe you might not even be able to use this. But on the other hand, that's something to think about. They try to weed out some of the bad eggs, if you will, before they even get into your vehicle to try to give the host, better experiences. All right, so listing your vehicle on the app is very easy. All they need is your VIN number, your license plate, and sexy pictures of your vehicle. That's it. I've listed many of vehicles in less than an hour. You just throw all that stuff in, take pictures of your car, throw it on there, and you're ready to go. Notes with this: you can't list a vehicle that is pending recalls. Recalls are just, when they built your car, later on the company figured out there was something wrong with whatever they put into your car and you need to go to the dealership to get it fixed. All the recalls are free. It's super easy. You just have to go take your car to get that process done. And then salvage and rebuilt titles. So if your car was ever in a major accident or it got thrown into a lake, anything like that made it undrivable, and maybe somebody fixed it and made it redrivable, those are the rebuilt titles. Turo does not want any of those vehicles. It doesn't even want to take any chances with any vehicles that have had that much damage to it. So you just please remember that, because there's a lot of people that say they want to start this business. They try to go out and find a cheap car. The reason a lot of cars are cheap is because they either don't have titles or they have salvage or rebuilt titles. And then they'll go and buy that car and then find out they can't even list it on the app. Please don't do that. I've had many of people who I've told this whole process to, and they listened to me, and the first thing they did was go and get a salvage title car and then wonder why they can't put it on the site, and now they feel like they wasted money. Don't do that. All right. License plate, that's pretty straightforward. And pictures of cars, obviously that's the whole selling point on this entire thing, is no one's gonna click on your car if you don't have good pictures. How do you take good pictures? Well, if you look here, if you jump on the app, you will see majority of vehicles, like their cover picture is probably something in this configuration, right? Low angle showing the grille and the length of the vehicle, good lighting with the relaxed background, right? So you can just decide wherever you want your car to be. Some people do it in their driveway. Some people find some nice place in the city to take a picture, but basically you want it like this, to where it's showing the grille of the vehicle and down the side. This gives you a nice kind of 3-point view on the vehicle, as opposed to just taking a picture from the dead front or from the back or from just the side. So another thing people always wonder about with Turo is, what if I give them my precious vehicle and somebody hurts it? What then? I don't want to do this because I'm afraid. Well, this is how that works, right? Insurance and damage claims. Turo's insurance covers all major damages as long as you report it within 24 hours. Actually, I want to say they increased that to 48 hours. After the end of the trip. And then you also need to take clear photos. So probably the biggest, most important thing I can tell you about Turo is pictures are important. Before every single trip, you need to take a ton of pictures of the outside and the inside of your vehicle. Basically anything that, if it were to get damaged or it were to get hurt, stained, broken, any of that stuff that you would want it to be replaced or fixed, you need to take a picture of it. Is that all of your car? Then I guess you need to take a picture of every inch of your car. Reason being is, if you don't take a picture and it comes back and somebody got this, long scrape on the side of your car, they broke your mirror off, but you didn't have a picture of it, prior to that person driving off with the car, you can't prove that they did it. They can just say it was like that when I picked it up. And you have no grounds to stand on because you didn't do your responsibility as a host and take the pictures that you needed. So biggest thing, take all the pictures before, and then you can take the pictures after. That gives you all the proof you need to, if you do need to make a claim, you can say, hey, boom, here's my picture on this date at this time. It looked like this. Here's it on this date and this time when they bring it back. And now it looks like this. They messed that up. Easy. Depending on the damages and what your protection plan is, that's how they decide how much, it's going to cost. So they run like most insurances. They have like a deductible method. So you can choose. Actually, do I have this? Yeah. So here's some like insurance options. Currently, they have 5 different options. a 60 plan, a 75, an 80 plan, an 85, and a 90 plan. What do those mean? I just put the two biggest difference ones, right? And you can just guess what the ones are in the middle. So basically, a 60 plan means that you will receive 60% of all the money you earn. So let's just say your rental is $100 every day. You're going to receive $60 every day. And Turo will take $40 every day. That seems like a lot of money. Why would they take $40 if it's my vehicle? Well, since they're taking that $40, here's all the stuff you're entitled to. This is how much insurance, it's up to. There's no deductible if you do the 60 plan. So it doesn't matter what happens to your vehicle, you can get it fixed with no money out of pocket. It includes exterior wear and tear reimbursement. So pretty much literally anything that happens to your vehicle, you can get it fixed by Turo without paying any money. Including loss of hosting income during repair. So basically, while your vehicle's out of commission, they will pay you, $50 a day while it's in the shop, just to try to help supplement, some of your losses from not being able to rent it out. The 90 plan, right, is on the other side of the spectrum. As it suggests, you receive 90%. So if you charge $100 a day, you're going to get $90 a day, and Turo's only going to get $10 a day. But what comes with that, all this is the same. But then when it gets down here, your deductible is now $2,500. So regardless, whatever happens to your vehicle, if somebody just, freaking rams the nose of it in or something like that, you're responsible for paying up to $2,500. If it costs more than that, let's say it costs $5,000 total to get your vehicle fixed, you pay $2,500, and then the other, Turo pays the other $2,500. There will be no replacement vehicle reimbursement. It does not include exterior wear and tear. That just means I think that's damages that are under 3 inches or something like that, like little tiny scratches or nicks or something like that. They're not going to pay for that. And does not include loss of hosting income during repair. So basically they're saying, hey, since we're only getting, 10%, we're not doing none of that extra stuff. And your deductible is very high. So all those numbers in between, the 75, the 80, and the 85 are just, more in between this. Like the 75, you get 75%, you lose 25, but the deductible on that one, I believe, is like 250, which isn't bad at all. So basically you get to pick, and you can change it whenever you want. You get to pick whatever insurance option you prefer. So if you want to receive more money, you can receive more money, but if something happens, your deductible is higher. If you want to receive less money, you can receive less money, but if something happens, you're perfectly fine. So do whatever fits your risk tolerance. Host payments, getting paid's pretty simple, right? You set up a direct deposit. They will normally pay you 3 to 5 days after the trip ends, or if the trip is longer than 3 to 5 days, they will pay you somewhere around like the middle of the trip, and then they'll pay you a portion of it, and then towards the end they'll pay you the rest of the money. Pricing, you can pick your pricing. So you can have a Toyota Corolla and you can choose that I want someone to pay me $25 a day for my Toyota Corolla because it's that great. Or you can have that same exact Toyota Corolla and you say, I want someone to pay me $130 a day for my Toyota Corolla because it is fantastic. I got nice seats, fancy air freshener, and gold rims. I don't know. You can pick whatever you want. People can decide if they're going to actually rent with you or not, but you are free to list your vehicle for really however much you want. And that is it, right? That's just a quick overview of Turo, pretty much how it works, the nice bare bones basics if you've never heard of this website / app. Yep, that'll be it. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will add any questions that you ask into the next video. I'll just go ahead and answer them at the beginning, or if I was going to answer throughout the video, I'll do that instead. But yep, my next video will start to go into my personal experience on how I got started with it, what vehicle I used to start with and why I did it. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Darius Lester, your financial philosopher. And as always, follow and subscribe to Mammoth Money Mindset. Thank you.